So I'm getting ready to go on a camping trip this weekend, and I'm going to fill up my boxes with all my camping gear, and I'll kind of go through some stuff on what kind of camping gear I use. Not that I use anything special or fancy, but I can go through some of that stuff. I also put a couple GoPro mounts on my bike. You can see I built a little bracket here for my GoPro. It keeps it protected from bugs and stuff, but the problem with that is you can see how the windscreen gets all the bugs and stuff, and you got to keep this area here really clean. You got to stop every once in a while, clean it off so you don't have bugs in your way of your videos you're taking. Here's my tent that I have. It's obviously too big to fit in the box, but it fits really good right across the back. I'm still able to open the boxes with that strapped up there. My sleeping bag will go here, and they'll strap on real nicely. It's not very heavy, but it's definitely not your $500 2-pound REI tent either. Sleeping bag will go here. I bought a stuff sack from Sportsman's Warehouse. It's a waterproof sack for my sleeping bag. So last thing you want to do is show up at a campsite with a wet sleeping bag. You want to have a dry place to sleep. I got this really cool camp chair. This wasn't very expensive. I think I paid like 60 bucks for it. But it is extremely light. Pretty cool chair. There you go. Definitely sit a little low to the ground, but at least you got a place to sit. You're not sitting on a piece of wood or the dirt floor. So always take tools with you. It's always a good idea to bring tools along. Don't want to be out in the middle of nowhere and not be able to fix what you got. So I just have a random assortment of stuff. Tire inflation with CO2 canisters. I have a tire repair kit here somewhere. Got some gloves, rubber gloves, zip ties, various wrenches, drag, tire repair kit. Super important. On the old Aniki Adventure tire that I had, actually got a hole in my tire, flattened the tire, and got ready to go in the morning, right in the middle of the camping trip, and my tire was flat. So I patched the tire and rode it for a year and a half. This is also something that's really, really helpful. It's a portable tire inflator kit, or a tire inflator. So there you go. This is the other thing I've got here. I've got a portable charger. It works okay. I mean, these things, they talk about being able to start a diesel pickup with something like this. I actually have not been able to get a regular car to start with something like this. My motorcycle struggles to start with this thing. So just buyer beware on these things. They're okay, and really what they're best for, charging your cell phone out in the woods overnight. So it'll probably start your bike if you had just enough juice that your bike is just barely turning, but it doesn't have enough juice to start. Hook up this and it probably will start your bike, but it's not a miracle worker, and it's certainly not going to start your car. There's another necessity. Rain gear. I have a pair of rain pants and a pair of shoe covers. If you've ever been on a motorcycle trip before, even if the weather forecast nothing but sunshine the entire time, pack rain gear, please. Because I can almost guarantee you that if you don't, you're going to get rained on. If you pack your rain gear, they won't have rain. So there you go. Pack it and you'll have a nice trip. Dry. Some of the different gloves that I use. These are the ones that I typically ride with most of the time. O'Neill's or some sort of maybe Fox Racing. I like the dirt bike gloves because they're thin and they still got some protection on the back. But biggest of all, they're not leather and you can wash them. The reason I have 3 is these are my thin ones that I wear most of the time. These are when it's a little colder outside, and these are when it's real cold outside. So kind of a thin, medium, and heavyweight gloves. For me, the heavier weight gloves means I can't feel my controls as good, don't have the dexterity in my hands, so I don't like wearing thick gloves if I don't have to. And when I go on a trip, I pack them all, because like rain gear, sometimes you'll need something different, and that much extra space in your bike is not going to make that big of a deal. So got my little camp stove, white gas. I picked this up at Sportsman's Warehouse. Pretty nice little setup. It's fairly inexpensive. I think I paid like 20 bucks or something for this. Little kit comes with a bowl, a cup with the cup holder in case you're using hot liquids, drinking coffee out of that. And this is a burner that I bought separate, a little burner that goes on top of the white gas stove like this. These will get spread out so you can set your pots and stuff on top of that. Works really well. Pretty cheap. This is also pretty inexpensive. If you sleep on the ground like I do, you wake up with a sore back and a stiff neck and all kinds of stuff, this little thing will probably save your life. It's a full-size blow-up mat. You can see how small it is, but it takes about 10 breaths, and the mat is maybe an inch thick when it's full of air, but it's pretty tight, and it works really well. Fairly inexpensive, and it's real small, packs up real tight. It's a must-have if you're sleeping on the ground. And if you like to go off-road camping, which is what we like to do for the most part, a couple things you're going to need. Even if you have the kickstand pad that's pretty wide, if you're in real soft gravel or soft sand, your kickstand, even that big old thing, is gonna sink in. So I keep this on my bike. I put my kickstand right on it. Never had a problem with it. Soft toilet paper. Need I say more? Got a little freshwater pump. That's a water filtration. You can pull it right out of the stream. Gonna take all the bad stuff out, so you don't have to carry a bunch of drinking water with you. Obviously, water being about 8 gallons or 8 pounds a gallon, you're not gonna want to carry a whole bunch on your bike. It's gonna weigh it down. If you're gonna be out in the middle of nowhere, it's a good idea to bring food with you. These freeze-dried meals are great. All you got to do is boil water, put it inside here, let it sit for I think 10 minutes, and you've got a meal right here. I got chicken fried rice, noodles and chicken, and chicken noodle casserole. Looks like I got a chicken theme going on. This brand, the Mountain House, I've had some other brands and they're just not good. I know that this brand, pretty much everything that I've had from them is really good. And one thing that you'll need, especially if you're doing anything at night in a tent, is a headlight. And my helmet is the Shui Neotech 2. I prefer my helmet to have the face that goes up. I like the air in my face sometimes, and I do have a coffee cup holder here on my motorcycle, so I do drink coffee as I ride, or soda or water or whatever. So I like to have a face mask that lifts up to do that. And I use the Cardo Pack Talk Bold. Something else that's pretty important is while you're packing up, getting things ready, make sure you take time for yourself. Have a nice cold beverage as you're doing it. Not too many, so we don't want to make bad choices. Cheers. And I've made a list on my phone of all the stuff that goes on my bike on these trips. Made it to where I can select the checkbox there that I've got it done. Just a pretty cool list of everything I've needed over the years. I've just made it in there. All right, there's the pile of stuff I'm taking. I do got to get some firewood on there as well. And there's my bike. Getting ready to load it up. Here we go. All right, bike's all packed up, ready to go. And my brother's got his bike ready to go. He's got the nice brand new Africa Twin. Pretty badass. All right, we're off. We made it to our campground. All 5 of us.
Yeah. Good job, Kelly.
Say hello, guys.
Great camp. Great trip you planned.
And
yeah, you just
we're camping in the rain.
You had to find the rain, didn't you?
You'll notice that the wet streaks, the little water drops coming down the front of that motorcycle. Yep, this is literally the only place in the entire state of Washington that's raining right now, and it's pouring down rain. So 80 degrees down by the Columbia River and 60 degrees in rain up here at the campsite. So welcome to Washington.
Raining like a cow pissing on a flat rock.
Even if the weather forecast nothing but sunshine the entire time, pack rain gear, please. Okay, got my tent set up. There's my bike with my little tent. My air mattress is blowed up. Boots off inside. Got my sleeping bag set out. There's my bike. There's another couple, 3 bikes. And there's Chris. Kelly over there. Kelly's got the Vulcan, the badass bike. So one thing I want you to notice is how many tents we have set up. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 tents set up.
How many bikers do we have, Zane?
With 1 air mattress out in the wind. And Kelly, what was your question?
How many bikers do we have?
Oh, Kelly, we have 5 bikers and only 4 tents set up.
That doesn't make sense. Are you sure?
It doesn't make sense, does it? Eric, why do you only have a mattress set up out here in the wild?
No tent poles.
No tent poles. Okay, here's the question of the day. Why do we have a tent without tent poles?
That would be the $64,000 question.
It would be, wouldn't it?
It would be.
And what would be the answer to that question? There you go.
Idea.
All right. Well, it's a good thing we got some booze to help us through the night. So he probably won't even know he's sleeping outdoors tonight. So, all right. All right. Well, you can't really see us. But there's 5 of us sitting around the fire, listening to country music, drinking a little bit of whiskey, smoking some cigars.
Oh, yeah.
Great time. This is what this is all about. Hanging out, good friends, good times, good stories. good fire. All right, here we are for our first stop of the day for our Saturday ride. All the bikes lined up and a gorgeous view of the Hood River Gorge. That's why we do these motorcycle rides, right? Mountain Hood up there in the distance.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Gets your name.
Past the pattern of shit I say on the sidewalk.
Everybody's lightning, shine a white tie.
To the heart of a desert racing out of time.
To the buried treasure of master crime.
Oh yeah. Alright. Oh yeah. Ignite.
So harsh, we should return to sender.
Scrape the red dust off, then light the fuse.
You know this one's got nothing left to lose.
Ash to ashes and cinder to cinder.
It's gonna be a lifelong nuclear winter.
You lay looking up at a fresh scarred sky.
You might as well live if you're gonna die.
Oh yeah. Alright. Oh
Bye.